the heart of this nation, under skies so blue,
there's a spirit that's stirring, values strong and true.
from the mountains to the prairies, from the cities to the sea, we stand for liberty, for faith and family. We're diving deep into the heart of what we believe.
Welcome to this deep dive. We're looking at something that came up just ahead of the Memorial Day weekend. It's a call to action, really, and we want to unpack it a bit.
That's right. The source we're drawing from today is an article from the Gateway Pundit. And it's got quite a very direct title.
Yeah, it does. It reads, Hillary Clinton calls on liberals to ruin Memorial Day gatherings by bashing Trump to friends, neighbors, cookout attendees. So obviously a charged headline. We're going to look past that framing, though, and get into the actual proposal and the context around it.
Exactly. Because the core of it seems to be a tweet from Hillary Clinton. She's basically urging her supporters to talk about President Trump's proposed budget, specifically over the Memorial Day weekend.
And the article mentions a kind of mission.
Yeah, according to Gateway Pundit, she wants people to talk to at least two other people. Could be friends, neighbors, anyone at cookout, really. And the topic is why she feels this budget would be harmful for American kids.
Okay, so let's dig into that specific call to action. What did the tweet actually say? And, why link this to Memorial Day weekend specifically?
Well, the article presents the tweet pretty clearly. It quotes her saying, "I'm giving you a mission for this Memorial Day holiday weekend. I want you to talk to two people, friends, neighbors, cookout attendees, about why Trump's proposed budget would be a disaster for American kids."
A disaster for kids, okay.
Right. And she adds, "We owe the next generation every chance, and this isn't it." Then she goes on to list several reasons why she believes that.
Okay, and the article breaks those reasons down. It highlights about 4 key areas she's concerned about. Let's start with healthcare. What's the specific worry there regarding kids?
Well, the concern she raises is that the proposed budget could really cut back healthcare access. We're talking potentially 15 million Americans losing access, and that includes millions of children.
How so? Through what mechanisms?
Primarily through potential changes to Medicaid and the ACA marketplace. Medicaid provides health care for lower-income families, so cuts there could hit kids directly.
Right, okay. That makes sense. Her next point was about food insecurity. That's always a major concern with children.
Exactly. She suggests that almost 11 million people, and importantly, 4 million of those being children, might lose SNAP food assistance.
SNAP being the program that helps families buy groceries.
That's the one. So the worry is pretty straightforward. It could lead to more kids going hungry.
Okay. Then she also mentioned the child tax credit. What's the issue there?
Yeah, the article quotes her saying the budget bill could take about 4.5 million American children off the child tax credit.
And that credit is direct financial help for families.
Right. So losing it or changes to it could mean more financial pressure on those families.
Got it. Healthcare, food, tax credits. And the last one was a bit different, AI regulation. How does that connect to kids in a budget discussion?
It seems a little less direct, maybe, but her argument is that the proposed bill includes language that would freeze state-level AI regulation for 10 years.
Freeze it. Okay, and the link to kids is?
Her concern, as laid out in the tweet, is that this lack of regulation could leave children vulnerable. She specifically mentions things like deep fakes and exploitation. Basically, states wouldn't be able to step in with protections against those kinds of AI-related threats.
Interesting connection to make within a budget context. Now, predictably, this call to action didn't go unnoticed. The Gateway Pundit article includes some reactions, and they're pretty critical. Let's talk about Elteen Cole Buzz Patterson first. Who is he again?
Right, so Elteen Cole Patterson is retired Air Force, and his notable connection here is that he actually carried the nuclear football for President Clinton back in the 90s.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he worked in that White House. What did he say?
His response, which the article mentions was a quote tweet, took a very different view on Memorial Day weekend. He basically advised people to spend the Memorial Day weekend to honor our fallen heroes in the manner they deserve and not make the cookouts political.
So a direct pushback focused on the holiday's traditional meaning.
Exactly. He said he planned to focus on remembrance.
The article also brings in Juanita Broaddrick. Maybe remind us of her connection here and her reaction.
Sure. Juanita Broaddrick is known for her accusations against Bill Clinton going back many years. Her reaction, as the article puts it, was very short, very blunt, and very negative towards Hillary Clinton.
Just a tweet.
Yeah, basically, thank the Lord this miserable, evil old hag will never be president. So, a very intense personal reaction there.
Definitely intense. And it's worth noting those personal histories are part of the context here. Beyond those specific reactions, did the Gateway Pundit article itself add anything about Memorial Day?
Yes, it did. After covering those reactions, the article includes a sort of reminder note. It points out that Memorial Day is traditionally about commemorating U.S. military members who died in service.
So, reinforcing that point made by Patterson about the holiday's focus?
Pretty much, yeah, underscoring that traditional view.
Okay, and lastly, the author Kristen Taylor. Does the article give any background on him? It might help understand the perspective.
It does give a little bio. Says he's been writing for the Gateway Pundit for over 10 years, and before that, he wrote for Breitbart, worked with Judicial Watch, and was involved with FreeRepublic.com in D.C.
Okay, so that background suggests a certain conservative viewpoint, which likely shapes how the article is framed.
Probably fair to assume, yes.
All right, so let's just quickly recap this deep dive. We've looked at Hillary Clinton's call for supporters to discuss Trump's proposed budget over Memorial Day weekend, specifically focusing on its potential impact on children.
Right. We touched on her specific concerns. Healthcare cuts affecting Medicaid and the ACA, potential reductions in SNAP food aid, changes to the child tax credit.
And that freeze on state-level AI rules.
Exactly. And then we looked at the pushback.
Yeah, the reactions from people like L.T. Curl, Buzz Patterson, emphasizing honoring fallen soldiers.
And the very strong personal reaction from Juanita Broaddrick. Plus, the article's own reminder about what Memorial Day traditionally signifies.
So what really stands out here is this intersection, isn't it? A call for political discussion right alongside a holiday meant for remembrance.
Yeah, it's interesting. Clinton's approach seems aimed at leveraging a time when people are naturally gathering to discuss policy. But the reactions really highlight how strongly some people feel about keeping that kind of political talk separate from, well, a solemn occasion like Memorial Day.
And that really brings up something for you, the listener, to think about. You've heard the call to action. You've heard the strong counter-arguments about honoring the holiday's purpose. How do you see that balance between, civic duty or political engagement and respecting traditional observances?
It's a tension we see sometimes. Does bringing politics into a holiday gathering enhance civic discourse, or does it detract from the holiday's meaning?
What does this specific instance tell us about how we draw those lines in our own lives, especially during national holidays? Definitely something to mull over.
Make it make sense. Deep dive podcast show. Let's dive in. In the heart of this nation, under skies so blue, there's a spirit that's stirring, values strong and true. From the mountains to the prairies, from the cities to the sea, we stand for liberty, for faith and family. We're dying.